Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. I am here working on the ephemera for my design team project for Tsunami Rose, the 3 journals that I've been working on. I am at the ephemera stage, so I have finished them as far as the pages and binding them. I'm not going to do a flip through today, but I will be doing that soon, probably after the ephemera is finished. But here's what they look like, just show you. I'm trying to think if I did anything else to the pages that I didn't show you yet. Let me just look real quick. Yeah, I did a couple of things. Well, I added some pages that, you know, besides the digital kit pages, which I could explain when the flip through, so maybe I won't explain that right now. But I did add some extra pages that are like my vintage thrifted type finds of different papers. And I added, let me see, a couple of pockets. Okay, here's one pocket I'll show you. You know those Tim Holtz dies that are kind of like have little slots, and then you put your little pieces, tags or whatever in the little slots, and they kind of stack? Well, I don't have that die cut. I don't have a die cutter really. I have a little teeny one, so it wouldn't do that die. And I guess people sell them on Etsy or whatever, and you can buy them, but I haven't bought any. So I thought, well, let me see what I can do to do something like that without, you know, having to buy the die cutter or anything else. So I had a scrap of paper from the digital kit, and this is what I made here. I just folded it up into, so it had slots. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 slots. And then I sewed it together so it would be nice and sturdy, and you know, so if you're pulling on it, it's not going to come apart from being glued. And then I glued it down here onto the page. So you can see I have one slot behind it, and then I'm going to be putting other ephemera in here, like some smaller pieces. Like here's a slot, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, that one's very narrow or not very deep. And then 4. Okay, so yeah, that's something I did that I didn't show you. And if you want me to show you exactly how I made it, let me know in the comments, and I'll be glad to do a separate video on that. Let's see, there was something, let's see, on the other side of that page. Let me see what was there. I think you've seen, I did a little inside pocket. I don't know if I talked about that this time, but I've been doing that in my journals, where you make an inside pocket, and then you, instead of having a tuck out here, you have it on the inside, like right there. And if I haven't shown you that before, let me know. It's so easy, I wouldn't even think of showing it. But if you don't know how I did that, just let me know, and I will also show you that in the let me know in the comments, and I'll show you that. That's a fold out. I'm trying to, I think there was one more thing. Maybe that was it. You saw the belly band. That may have been it. Okay, so I ended up I told you I had done 2 of these for each journal. The, tissue paper collaged, Mod Podged pages, where it's the kit on one side and then that Mod Podged on the other side and sewn around. I made 2 of those for each journal, but I took one out of each journal and just left one in, because when I got done, it made it too bulky, and it just, I don't know, I didn't like the look of 2 of them being in there, because it's a dark page. You know, see how it's kind of like darker than the rest? I love it, but I 2 of them were overpowering for the journal, so I took one out and just left one in. So I've got those sitting here. I could do something with if I want to. But right now I'm working on the ephemera, so let's put these over here. Yeah, they're all bound. I'm still contemplating on whether I want to put something on the spine. I'm looking around at my trims and things, and I could end up, maybe not, I don't have to, but I might, you know, if I find the right thing, put something on the spine there. So right now I'm working on the ephemera, and what I'm doing is using up my scraps. So I don't have that many. I've already used up as many as I, along the way as I could. But here's what I've got left, what you see right here. This is all the ephemera cut up. This is papery bits here. So like I printed out a lot of the ephemera on paper because I didn't know if I was going to want to glue it down on a page or whatever. So I've kind of pretty much used what I wanted to use on the pages. So now the rest of it that was papery, I went ahead and backed with something sturdy. So like some of them I printed out on, there's a piece of trash there. Some of them I printed out, like not this one, but some of them I printed out on cardstock. And then some of them, the rest that I hadn't, I backed with either file folder. So like here's some, see the file folder on the back, just a manila file folder. And then some of them, this ephemera is really cool too. So let me just show you. Okay, this is what I worked on, what I'm going to show you. This one, it's just file folder, but I sewed a little piece of fabric up there. Isn't it pretty? And let's see what else. Okay, so here's one. If you watch the the first or second videos where I figured out my cover in this series, and I used for the backing of my cover a very strong brown envelope, which was actually cardstock. It's not the regular brown envelope paper. It was made for schools, and they made their envelopes extra strong, I guess, for kids to bring them back and forth to school. You know, bring them home and bring them back, you know, every day to show their parents their homework or their schoolwork or whatever. So they were made very strong, so they're very thick like a file folder. So, and I like the color, the brown envelope color, so I used some of that for, and I had some scraps here from my cover too. So I used some of that for backing. So like, let's see, that's file folder. Here's some here. Isn't it cool? It's not the regular, it's something different than just manila folder, which I like the manila folder perfectly fine, but this was also a nice alternative. So yeah, this is all of the stack of ephemera I'm going to be putting in these 3 journals right here. In a minute, we'll do it on camera if we have time. If I have time, that's a little pocket there that I need to put somewhere. So right now, this is what I just did. I'm using up my scraps. I'm making some index card file folder, not file folder, index cards, journaling cards. There's a little thing I need to cut off there. But I just use some of the scraps to collage on. See, I'm leaving the lines for writing for a journaling card. I like the lines left. And if you want the blank side, just do it opposite. Do your collaging on the lines and leave the, you know, solid side open. But I'm collaging on the solid side so someone would have the lines to write on. And then I just collaged some scraps on here. This little lady I fussy cut out of one of the pages, so I put her on there. I fussy cut her out in the beginning, and I was going to use her on one of the pages, and I never did. I just couldn't find the right spot for her. So now she ended up on a journaling card. I think it's super cute, so that'll go with one of the journals. And so I'm doing another couple here. I've got some blue. Let's see, this is a Rolodex card. Let me put this over here for the moment. But I've got some blue and some pink. These were 4x6, and I just cut this one in half. So now it's what, 3x5, or what is it, 4x6. Well, let me see, where's my ruler? Anyway, half of a 4x6, 2x3, I guess. So now I'm kind of using up my little scraps first. And then like that one I had a focal point for it. I don't know if I'll have a focal point for this one, but even just covered up with scraps, it'll look pretty, right? So let's see. Let me find my smallest scraps here. Like here's a tiny one. Here's a tiny one. Let's start with this one right here. I like this little list with a kind of like a receipt looking scrap here. So let's get busy and see what we can get done in our allotted time slot today. I hope everybody's having a good day. I am having a good day. I'm not sure what day I will. Woo! Come back here. Of course it fell on the side with the glue down, right? Ah! Fun times. No, I don't know when this will be published, but it is Sunday, the day I'm filming it, or video recording. And so, you know, I get to be home today. It's a sunny day here in North Carolina. but it is a little cool today. It's supposed to get up to almost 70 though, so a cool start to the morning, but getting up to like 70 or almost 70. Yesterday it was 66. Today I think it's 68 for a high. So on a sunny day, you know, that is a nice warm day. I've been wanting to vacuum my car, and so yesterday I said I better do it today because I don't know. I knew it was going to be okay today, but like if I didn't do it this weekend, it was going to be like, I don't like to do things like outside in the cold. I mean, I will if I have to. I'll bundle up and go out there. Cool or cold. I mean, cool's okay, but cold, no, I don't like that. So, yeah, so I said, well, let me get it done today so I can be sure and have a warm day to do it. So I went ahead and vacuumed my car yesterday. So glad to have, I don't like to drive around in a dirty car. That's just me, being me, but yeah. I like this, but I think I want to use this whole piece right here on, let's see, how wide is it? Yeah, it's just wide enough for this size. So I'm going to cut it for a future, another, you know, a different one. Because I don't want to cover up I don't want to put this down and cover up everything I just put down. So I'll save that for another piece. But this is a good size piece right here. So what I've been doing is just, kind of see, this is something my fussy cut out there probably. So let me just even it up here so I can kind of get it somewhere. Like maybe right here. Yeah, I'll just glue it down. So I'll just show you what I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing like this. I'm taking that piece that I just showed you. I'm going to glue it down. I'll put a little bit of glue over here too on the paper. And then I just put it down here in the corner where I figured I'd put it. Okay. Get it glued down, and then see, now you can cut off your extra. Just turn it over and you can see what you're doing in case you've never done anything like this before. And you know, I've been trying to, during a project, go ahead and use up my scraps so that I don't have a pile of scraps after. I mean, I don't know, you know, about other people, but I don't need paper scraps. You know what I mean? Like fabric scraps, that's another thing. Paper scraps, I really don't need any extras, so I figured let's use these up. Now this is a cute little piece here. Where will this fit? Maybe up in this corner. But I'm going to have a little, let me see, if I use this I'll have a little extra there. So let me see if I have a piece that will actually, oh, this is a good piece here. Let's see, something like this. Yeah, so I've been trying to use up my scraps, and I know before I started paper crafting and making journals, I never collaged before. I just never, you know, thought about collaging, or, you know, I don't know, I didn't, like, I had art class in school, but we did like painting, and I don't know what else we did, but we didn't do collaging, you know what I mean? We learned how to paint, but we didn't learn how to collage, so that would have been handy for, you know, this time while I'm, you know, when I started making journals and things. But I did learn from watching people on YouTube, and I'm sure I have a lot more to learn, but at least I know somewhat of, you know, I think when I do some collaging, I think it turns out pretty, to me anyway. So anyway, I just thought I'd share today what I'm doing. So in case there's someone that, you know, is new to collaging, it's not a big deal. It's just, you know, layering your pieces of paper in a way that is pleasing to you. And maybe you have a subject or a theme, or, you know, something like that, but maybe you don't, and you're just using up scraps. It can be whatever. So let's see, here's a little tiny piece that almost says, I think it did say stationery. Let me see, I like the word fancy there on the bottom. Let me just see if I can cut it a little bit even. You can have torn pieces. I'm just, you know, being a little tiny bit picky here. about the shape, but not too much. So I'm just trimming it a little bit, but you can totally use torn pieces. You don't have to cut them. You can just tear away if you want. See, I'm just filling in that little spot right there. And let's see if I have a focal point at all in any of these scraps first. Let's see what it says. So that goes with the ephemera. Here's a pretty piece right here. I like that. See that? Isn't that pretty? This is all from Daisy's kit. I see, guys, I could put one focal point over, but I would like it to be, see how that blends in? I would like it to stand out like the little lady that I just showed you, which I don't even know where she went now. Oh, here she is. See, she stands out a bit. She does have pink behind her, but she does, you can see that she's on there, you know what I mean? So I do have some, all of these here. I have some, quite a bit of words that were in the kit, so I could put a word on there, or let's see something here. Let's try if we want to see if we want a word. Diamond in the rough, or let's see what else. Here's a circle. That could go on there if I wanted. I don't think I want that. It would look pretty on there, wouldn't it? I was thinking I'd make this into a tag though, but that would look pretty on there. Here's my little papery bits that I've left. Now here's a shoe I thought would be a good focal point on something, but I don't think I want it there. This is cute. This is like a milk cap that says coffee cream. Oh, I like that. Look, I think that might be our finishing piece right there. Okay. That's why I left it papery. That's why I left it papery, because I thought that's a perfect piece to glue down somewhere. I didn't know where it was going to go, but here we go. We're going to put it right here. See how it stands out? It stands out. It's bright pink color, and it's so cute. And this is coffee cream. I mean, just the word coffee alone is awesome. But on a milk cap, that's very cool. Or a coffee cream cap, I guess it was. But isn't that cute? So then that's really it. Now, if you want to round the corners, where's my corner rounder? Oops. You can round the corners. So that's what I did on the little lady one. So let's round the corners on this one. It just kind of gives it a finishing touch that I really like myself. So there we go. Isn't it cute? Now we have a pretty little journaling card with lines on this side. And if you need to trim, I can see a little bit of paper sticking over here. And you just turn it over on the other side so you don't cut into your base, you know what I mean? So you can see your paper sticking out. There we go. I think I got it all. A little tiny, 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 tiny piece right there. And there you go. We have another one done. So let me check my time. Okay, we've got about 10 whole more minutes. So let's see. So I'll just show you a blue. Let's see if we can do a blue one now. That was 2 pink ones. I'm doing one of each color for, hopefully, for each journal. 3 journals, you know. So I need to make 3 at least. Well, I actually think I want to make 2 of each color, like 2 pinks, 2 blues, you know, type of thing. So this is a blue one. I just made a little fold there so I can see where my middle is. That's how I cut it in half to get even pieces, or same size. So let's use up some more of our little bits here. This is pretty small now. I probably wouldn't use much of this, except for what I'll do is just cut this piece off and keep that in case I need that. But this is probably pretty useless there. I mean, you can keep it if you want to, but let's see, here's a piece of trash. All right, so these are, go back into our ephemera pile. Okay, we've got some tiny bits here. And this is one when I showed you that I said I really like. So let's start with that one. And it's a small piece too. And I always put like I try to put the even piece on the outside so you have this rough edge that I'll probably be, whoops, let's turn it over. I want my lines. I put that rough edge on the inside so I can cover that up with something, right? So there's our first piece. And then let's see what else. These are the bigger ones. Okay, here's a smaller, in case we need to fill in a little crack or something. I'll say these 2 little pieces there. That's ephemera, papery ephemera. And here's another little piece. There's some trash here. Let me get that. Okay, so this is a nice big piece that I said I wanted to save. So let's put that right here, all the way across, and then we'll fill in the rest. Okay. And get my corners and edges real good with this. This is my art glitter glue. I was using glue stick last night, my Craft Bond, and it was doing fine, but I just decided to switch over to, you know, it was doing fine. There's some pieces in there that are glued with the Craft Bond glue stick, and they're sticking just fine, but I don't know, I just said, I don't want to wake up in the morning and they're fine, so I shouldn't, you know, I should use it, but I'm just kind of like paranoid about stuff like that, so I just started using my art glitter glue. It's trustworthy, so why not? Why not use the very most trustworthy one? Okay, so let me see. Next, see, we got to fill in here and here. All right, so these little ones are still too small at this point. So let's get this piece ready for use. I'm going to cut off this rough part here. See what we're left with. So we got that little rectangle type shape, and here's like some fill-in possibly here that we'll keep. This little rectangle right here. This is pretty much trash, I would say. I could keep this little, I mean, I probably should just throw this away, but just for this moment, until I finish these cards, I want to keep those in case I have a little spot I need to put something on, you know. Okay, now here's another rough piece. These are all rectangles or squares right here. And so let's see, you know what, this piece, let me cut this rough piece off right here and see what we can do with this, because this could fit right there, I think, if I play my cards right. Okay, so you know what I do in a case like this. See how this is just all misshapen? So I'm just going to put some glue here in a square shape all over up to the edge, and then put my little piece here. See, covering up my rough edge there, right on top of my glue, so I know it's all glued down. And then cut off the extra and see, you know, we'll see what we have left. So there we go. This piece is going to be trash right here. Yay, we get some trash. So, did we get it all? Yes. Okay, so now we just need something down here. And, you know, you can turn your pieces every which way. Like, this is up and down, but, you know, who said I can't turn it to the side, right? But I have a lot of rough edges here, so let me get this evened up here and see what I really have to work with. I got this. I just love Daisy's paper, so that's why I'm like using every little piece here. They're so, everything about this Charming Fragments kit was so cool to, you know, work with. Okay, so I can do that. I don't know if I don't want this blue covered up here. Maybe I'll turn it around. I'll turn it around and do it like that. And then we'll have to fill in there. So, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on this part, this long strip here. And get that done. Yeah, I'm not taking my time, but I'm not rushing because I don't want to forget to do anything. That's how I usually do my journals. I just kind of, you know, I want to get it done in a timely manner, but I don't want to rush so fast through it that I, you know, skimp or forget something. So, like, I was so wishing I could do my flip through today, but, you know, it's just not done. It's not done, so there's nothing I can do about that. Just gotta finish it, right? Gotta do all this little ephemera. This is the fun. I mean, it's all fun, but I kind of like this might be my favorite part, the ephemera. I love to do ephemera. Just the little pieces, putting all the little pieces together. Okay, so see, these little pieces are going to come in handy now. Will this fit? Nope, but this one will. I bet this one will. Ah, if I can pick it up. Oh, I'm covered up so much. No, that'll be alright. I have to cover up the hole. It's like when it's done, see, here's Daisy's. Here's Daisy's collage. See how it looks? Pieces. All the pieces. So when I get done with this, it kind of looks like Daisy's collage pages. Like this could have been one of Daisy's collage pages. But it's just a bunch of her collages put back together. Collage scraps put that together, and it almost looks like it could have been one of her pages, right? I think that's really cool how that all is working out. So we kind of have a built-in centerpiece here. We have this little, like it says 100, like a foreign dollar or something, foreign money. And it's got this little lady in the center and a bird. I kind of think I'm going to leave it like that because I really like that piece of the page that came from. I like that blue piece. So I think I'm going to leave that one like that and not put any, I don't want to cover any of this up right here. So I'm going to leave that one like that. I think it's just right how it is. So we got another one done. That's 3. And it's time to check my time again. I've got 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to be, I do want to decorate some of these blue Rolodex cards. And so I'm going to be putting one of those in each one. And then here's my other, see, I've got 3 Rolodex cards ready to go. I've got this one more blue from that one we just cut. And then I'm going to be cutting these all in half again. See, I just fold them and then cut them in half, and then I have my sides automatically. So these are ready. And then this one. Yeah, so I got to go out and mow the grass today. I get to go mow the grass today. I'm going to do that in a little while. My husband puts the gas in the lawnmower because he has this really heavy gas tank little thing. Well, it's not a little, but it's not big. But by the time you put like 5 gallons of gas in it, it is so heavy. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to mow the grass today, but I needed to make sure there's some gas in there because I cannot deal with that gas tank. If you want me to put gas in the lawnmower, you got to get a smaller gas tank. Cause believe it or not, if you've never lifted a 5-gallon gas container, it's very heavy. I think it's 5 gallons. I think that's what it is. Anyway, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of ephemera. And I'm going to try to finish these up, and hopefully my next video will be to flip through. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed these are the ones. This is the one I made before, and this is the ones we made on camera. Aren't they cute? Aren't they pretty? Okay, I'll see y'all next time. Happy crafting and have a great day.